I was barely scraping by, and it sucked. As a single parent, it was like, man, I was stressed.
Yeah,
And
I can imagine.
I had all these skills from the military, and they tell you, oh yeah, we're gonna hire you. It was like, nah.
So the self honesty part.
Yes.
What made you go there? Because obviously that's how you pop out and come ahead. Because I had to do that. And I didn't want to. I
What?
be honest with myself about I fucked this up. I was not a good person. I did this. Then finally, I was able to turn things around and change them a little bit. I'm not saying you were in my situation, but being honest with yourself, maybe in other circumstances, like this is not healthy for me, and I know it's going to suck.
Oh, I had to move back home.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. That transition for you. How was that? Was that
It was embarrassing.
one of the hardest parts? Right.
It
Maybe
it was like the worst.
that's because that's when you're handing over your dignity, right? Yeah.
Tail between your legs.
Yeah.
I had to move back with my parents. I had just served 7 years for my country. I had to go home.
There's nothing wrong with that. By the
Yeah,
way, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but it sucked.
Because your parents are gonna knock on your door one day. Watch.
Oh no. I'm very I help with my parents a lot. Not financially. I help with my parents. I love my parents. They're my best friends. They've always been there for me. I appreciate my parents because a lot of people don't have parents like I do.
Right.
They were always there for me when I was on the plane.
That's awesome.
When I got out of the Army, I went back to my parents' house. And I was like, man, just a couple weeks ago, I was jumping out of airplanes or something like that, and here I am back on the bunk bed.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I didn't have bunk beds and stuff, but I was back home, and that was kind of like what happened? But they were there for you, and
they still
and
are if I ever
Yeah.
need anything. But no, everything, thank God, is better now. I have had to do a lot of therapy. I've had to actually help them understand what they went through. Generational trauma, curse, it is so real. It starts from before my grandfather. Trauma.
Is it just that we're all raised different? Like, yeah.
PTSD, it's all within our family. I had to explain to them, break it down like, oh, yeah, we had PTSD in my family. Well, that's why we were in terrible relationships. That's why I was with a terrible partner. And it's not just me. I had to explain to them, and it's not okay. And it's not going to, it stops at me. That's it. I explained to my children
Wow.
that they have to do better because I explained to them, like, I'm sorry, I did make some unhealthy decisions. I did not know better. I didn't know what domestic violence was. I didn't know what a narcissist was. I didn't know what the red flags were. I didn't know what PTSD was really, or just everything. I had to educate myself and everything, and now I'm teaching them. I just, even during Thanksgiving, the world is constantly throwing you shit, chaos, every day. You have to learn to let it go. I had to do a visual where, like, at the Sequoia Kingston River. You see the water that's rushing through? You have to wash it. You have to put your hands in there from everyday stuff. Put your hands in there and let it go. Every day you have to do that because it's not for you to hold the world stuff. You have to let it go every day. And you could do it in your shower.
Mm-hmm.
It's a visual thing. Like, let the water take it off of you.
Rinse you,
Yeah.
cleanse you.
Yes.
I like that. It's like I saw this other version. The guy's holding a glass of water and holding it up like this. You can hold it for a second, but if you keep holding that thing up, eventually it becomes heavy. And then,
Right.
I like that, but I like the one where it washes away because you know it's just going to come right back anyway. But just what can you
That
do about it,
analogy,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to tell your children, like, you don't need to hold it all. I had to teach myself that. I have to teach them that because it's not worth carrying.
But here's the thing. I tell my kids, we get into it sometimes, just my older ones, especially my oldest daughter. I said, hey, you motherfuckers didn't come with instructions. And honestly, I want you to be better than me. So,
Oh, yeah.
but it doesn't give you a right to call me out on everything that happened 20 years ago. Okay?
Oh, no, they
you
don't.
haven't earned that fucking right.
They don't call me out, man.
Yeah. No, but I put a stop to it. Don't worry.
My kids are very young still. They're
Right.
sponges. They want to learn and they want to be better.
And we should want that, right? Well, I told myself, when I saw the other two, the way they behaved the last two funerals we went to, which was their grandfather and their uncle, the way they carried themselves, I could not be more proud of them if they graduated from Harvard. They're good people.
Oh, no, I have great kids.
And
I
it's
do.
right. And that's what you got to be thankful for.
Yes, I'm very thankful for my children. No lie, I've gotten so many compliments my whole life. I love my kids. I've always told my kids I love them. And I didn't get that from my dad. But now they do.
Right.
But
But they're going to make it better, right? Hopefully.
I had to tell my dad I love him. And I still tell him that now. And now he's telling my kids. And now he tells me and he texts me, I love you.
Your dad?
That's good.
Oh, you changed your. Oh, okay. I didn't do all that. All right.
I do.
Well, that's good for you. Wow.
You have to.
That's awesome.
Because he needs to hear that. He has to. I don't know what he had before that. I know he had a hard life, but it's important.
The fact that you even took the time to even think about that says a lot.
But you have to look at the big picture. You have to understand everything, and that's what I do now. I'm not judgmental. I don't need to be. I need to be empathetic. I need to.
Well, we don't qualify for the judgment job, you know.
I really don't.
Yeah. None of us. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking perfect. I've sinned. I'm a fucking sinner. When someone hurt me, I used to hurt them back.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. That's what you're supposed to do back then, right? Like,
But I was hurt a lot. So especially during that time, I was like, oh. But I learned that, and it was very unhealthy. What am I going to gain from that? Nothing now.
No.
I don't need to be that
too much
person.
energy.
And I don't need to lower myself to that standard. Just a couple weeks ago, someone stabbed me through the back, and I was just like, dang, I didn't even see it coming. But that's their problem.
it is.
Stabbed you?
They have to live with it.
And at the end of the day, they're not mentally healthy. And I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with me, and I don't need to go get them back.
No.
And it's okay. And I know because they're probably hurting. And I feel bad.
Just
Love stabbed you in the
love
back.
them from a
Okay.
distance.
Yeah,
I
I miss it.
Yeah.
I was like stabbed you in the back. Stabbed
but
you in
at
the back.
the end of the day, I just close. You have to learn to put boundaries and close the door and just move forward.
So by going everything that you're doing, and you're setting the example for the individuals that you're contacting. And they when somebody's down and out, they look for that strong individual. That, hey, I've been there, and look at where I'm at now. I'm strong. I'm not. It's going to be a tough road that we're going to take, or that you're going to take, but ultimately at the end, through again, through hard work, you can get out of this hole that you're in, and there's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is
So-
light at the end of the table. It is fucking hard work. There is no fucking woes me, and every day will be like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we could tell, John and I, that you're a strong individual and stuff like that. So tell us about your clothing line right here.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
By the way,
Battle
Yeah,
strap.
Battle
So she
Stripes right
came
here.
in
I got it
here.
on display.
Wow,
Battle
man.
Stripes. She came in here and love the name.
love the name.
Love the name.
I was
Battle-
jealous. I'm like, I'm gonna steal that just like right now.
Yeah, Battle Stripes.
Nice.
So how'd you come up with that?
So actually, George came up with that, and he's very passionate about that.
Stephanopoulos or which one?
Yeah, George.
I don't know who George is.
George,
That guy from that place, but that thing. I got it.
yeah, he's in Visalia. He's a great mentor, but he's also a great brother and friend,
Nice.
colleague. We work together. I get to work with him, and he was really closed off. I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is, God puts people in your life. We both needed each other, and we have a great circle now. Like, no lie. We also have another brother. His name is Alex, and I have the best circle right now.
Puts them in your life at a certain time for a certain reason.
Oh no, that they're staying. That's it. Like, I have closed my circle, and I'm moving
good for you.
forward. His name's George Velasquez and Alex Cruz, but
Maybe we need to have them in here too.
no, hey, yeah, for real, they are awesome brothers. But the thing is, like, when you get to a certain point in life, you're like, no lie, your conversations should be different.
Mm-hmm.
They should not be about people.
I think,
They should.
yeah,
They should be about business.
I could not agree more.
Success, desires, like God. Inspirational, motivational, and not complaints. Like, oh, you're overweight. Why you complaining? And then like, oh, you're going through that. Like, I pray for you. Like, literally, I'm praying. I'm praying for you. That's it.
There's no substance behind it, right? And that's the superficiality of human behavior.
Yeah.
That bores me to death.
And
That's why you don't bore me. This is awesome.
and that is moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I want, and that's all we want in our circle at this point. It's just simple, and that's when you know you have the right people in your life now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So
Wow.
yeah,
You need to write a book.
I know my mom tells me she's told me all my life.
Yeah.
Like she
Well, I see these trying to tell you to be quiet. She don't hear it anymore. Just write it down. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no, but actually, I it's taken me a long time to get to this point. Mm-hmm. It really has,
And it's always gonna, it's always work. You're still gonna be working at it.
oh yeah, it's always going to be work.
You're never there. And I think what is it? Somebody said once you're you consider yourself there is when you become
Yes, you got to become a student again.
you got to become you're never there.
I'm
You're
never
al-
there though. I'm
Well,
always
none of it,
ready to learn. I'm
Yeah.
always growing because when you're comfortable, that's never good.
Because there's something.
Complacent.
There's one thing. One thing I learned is it takes 6,000 repetitions to master something. So once you get comfortable, you've mastered something. It's time to move on to another 6,000 reps that you don't know nothing about, and that's the uncomfortable part.
And I've gotten to the point where I need to quiet the mind. When you do all your therapy, when you wake up at certain time, that is when your trauma it actually is. So that was when my trauma happened.
Really?
I wake up at two different times at night, and it's repetitive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Every night, so I'm always fatigued. I'm always fucking tired. It always starts all over again. It's never ending. And that's my number one complaint. I'm always tired. No matter if I wake up and I exercise and I work out, because I'm always walking. I do 2, 3, 4 miles. I can go up to 7, but my sleep is whack, so I'm still tired. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired right now, no lie. I feel like shit. But
Well, we're supposed to spend 1/3 of our life getting rest. Seriously, so it's
but
like,
the thing is, I don't get sleep at
Right.
night, so my insomnia sucks and my PTSD sucks.
So your mind is just racing.
Oh, all the time. It won't stop. So I have to listen to music for it to.
What is it, like white music or
No, no, no. I just listen to, and that's another thing. When you put yourself at a higher frequency, this is something I learned. Not slow music. When you're on a higher frequency, that is when you're manifesting on a higher level. When you listen to certain things like slower music or sad music, it makes you depressed. So you're not supposed to listen to that stuff.
Yeah, but you ask any guy like the first time he fell in love, man. You know, he's singing Metallica in front of his friends, but then he's singing Keith Sweat when nobody's watching.
No, no. You know what's gonna happen in the boom.
Yeah, oh,
it's in
yeah.
the boom boom room. Right?
Boom, boom room.
But no.
No, I hear what you're saying.
But it's
I do.
true. It really is true. So I'm a sponge. I listen. I like read and listen, and I soak it all in. But the shit's real though. I'm like living the. I made a vision board for 20. Wait, we're in 2023. A vision board 2022 for 2023. Everything came.
That's awesome.
Everything
Yeah,
came to pass.
that is
That's
awesome.
good.
So I have to make one for this year for next year.
Good for you.
But the thing is, if you're not doing it, then where are you?
I
You're too comfortable.
I went
There
through
you
that.
go,
You
yeah.
put it. I put mine on the fridge,
Yeah.
and
It's on my phone. Everything
Yeah.
now it's like disposable. and
I hate looking at my schedule sometimes. But I put
I
it in
hate
a
my
place where I
schedule.
made myself look at it.
yeah.
But you're right. Like ahead of time, I'm like, holy shit, I did all those things.
Mm-hmm.
But now you make another one. But that feeling you get is wow. It
I
is
know.
fun,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, dang.
yeah.
I was like, dang. I just looked at it and I I was telling, because my friend she's wanting to do move forward in life, and I was like, dude, you can do it.
You know, here's the hard part about this because I have a theory on this. And hear me out.
What?
People concentrate on sunsets, sunrises.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that? But life is in the middle of that. And I get that.
But I love those things.
People love a good story. They love a good beginning and a good ending. But real life is in the middle. You have to enjoy the moments because life is an accumulation of moments. And that happens in the middle of the day. And never, the end of the day is when you're supposed to, basically reflect.
Yes.
And you have to put in the work in the middle, though. And that's the part I want people to remember is people that get goal-oriented, they get so focused sometimes they forget to live right in the middle, in the moment, right
no,
now.
I
Like meeting you
live.
right now,
I
this is a
fucking live.
moment,
This is
right?
the moment, yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. And I'm glad you do.
I live.
Some people, you ever seen some people so focused, like they forget like what's around them? I have.
I guess so.
I was like that. I used to get like that,
I make sure I put in my schedule travel, go to the beach, see my friends, and not just friends. My military friends, because that's the ones that I have the best memories and connect with. And I miss them the most because they're all spread out.
You have a lot of them that are still serving. When did you get out? You said
I go
2006.
2006. There's a few that are still
Six.
serving, but majority are already out. But
Probably retired or
Yeah.
just gotten out.
But they're all over the world, though. Like East Coast, Texas, like literally everywhere.
The Philippines.
No. None of them were in the Philippines.
When I was in the Philippines, I went through the jungle training out there, and then they had this bowling alley.
Yeah.
And on the little army base we were at, and the owner of the bowling alley was a Navy veteran and stuff. He goes, "Oh yeah, I got out of the Navy and
You got a little wifey there. Huh?
yeah, he got himself a lady girl, a lady boy,
A lady friend.
a lady boy,
Lady boy?
was it lady boy? The lady boys. Yeah, I think it was the lady boys.
See, but the thing is,
No, but no, he had
you
a
don't
legit
know
wife.
if you're gonna make it home.
Never.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah,
You don't know no more because it's so chaotic out there. That is why I go and travel and see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveling is great though, because I like to travel. I mean, I don't think who doesn't like to travel because you get to see the world, and the world's a beautiful place.
Well, I
know.
catch
But
I catch myself
I get
saying
both
that
at the same time.
I don't believe in tomorrows anymore. I just don't, because you just don't know. Nothing's promised, man, and
It's not.
that's why I get what you're saying.
You have to.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, you got to live in the
yeah,
moment.
so save that money and travel. Why not, man? Just you can't take shit with you.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
ask
go
you a
out the
question,
same way
though.
you came in.
Go ahead. No one ever asked me shit. Like
Are you worth it?
I have to be. Yeah, because everyone that depends on me is absolutely worth it. So,
then
yeah, I'm worth
are
it.
you worthy?
Of course.
Are you worthy of that time to go and do that for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then, so you guys both know that. Then you deserve to go and do that for yourself. To go visit and
You just go anywhere,
Yes.
really. You know, you just
Show
go
up.
anywhere.
You show
Yeah,
up.
just go anywhere that where you're not always, you know, around your neighborhood, or you know, just getting out. You know, a lot of people sometimes don't even leave the cities that
And
they're in.
that is another thing that took me a long time to get to because of how terrible I was treated.
You didn't deserve anything.
I didn't, and a lot of men and women.
Yeah, so that's your you felt, you know, you were down on yourself, had low self-esteem, and to raise your self-esteem, said, no, I'm worth it.
I
You know,
am
like the question you just
worthy,
asked it.
I am enough. I deserve it.
Yeah,
I
so
should
your
be
self-esteem,
happy.
your self-esteem
Yeah.
is, you know, and that's huge.
Well, you know, the good way that people can say they're having trouble understanding that. Do the people you care about, are they worth it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you need to be the best version of you for them.
For them.
And then so now, you got to be part of that. So, you know, you got to be part of it. Like I love that book. It's Your Ship. Have you read that one?
What?
It's Your Ship. It's about the Navy when
I
they
don't think I read that
worst
one.
ship in the Navy.
Oh,
But the leadership there basically took over, and he made everybody a part of the process of making the ship better. So when they felt part of it, it became like the best ship in the Navy.
oh yeah.
They
yeah.
called it It's Your Ship.
It's your shit.
Yeah. So accountability, and also but taking pride in your work and breaking things down at a very minute level where you're in charge of that. Just worry about that.
When you feel like you're actually part of something,
Right.
Yes, and you are appreciated and you're valued. That,
For who you are.
that is when the work goes up, and everybody in that unit is like a unit.
That's why leadership fails. You know why? Because they try to make them like them and like
Doesn't work like
go
that.
to his strengths or her strengths, hone in on those, let them run.
Yes.
And if they haven't learned that lesson yet, like I'll be honest, I've been thinking about some people I know, and like they may be bosses, but I want to tell them there's some shit you guys are not learning because, first of all, they're younger, and I've seen this cycle over and over again. I go,
Bad leadership.
Yep, I know exactly what you're doing,
Yep.
and you're not going to listen to me, and they don't. Even when you bring up an idea, the face already changes because you're a threat. You're
Yep.
not. Yep, you're not anything else but that.
And it makes you want to walk.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not even going to listen to me.
Yeah, and it's you got to make people feel important, and you got to like the human factor is what too much leadership takes out of accountability. It's part of it. People get sick. People have relatives that are sick. People that things that happen in their life. What are the strengths of this person here? For me in leadership, you got to have one person always who doesn't know the person involved to be there. Well, what about this? Think about it if you're in their shoes from a non-biased point of view. Because that's what happens. You build hostile work environments because everybody agrees the negative.
Right.
And now you have that good old boy mentality.
Oh, yeah.
Let's push them out. You got to have that balance. That's what checks and
Until
balances.
It's them, and then they're like,
Oh, of course. Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah.
Until it actually hits.
But that's
them at
been the
home.
problem. And that's another reason we're here too, because we've seen a lot of that here. It's like unjust behavior. And we're not even lying. You're not even making it up. You see it right in front of you. Oh, okay, you don't like him. You all get together, say this, and now everyone believes it. Because you say it long enough, it becomes the truth. It becomes
true,
reality.
yeah.
The biggest lie I've ever heard, perception is reality. Well, no, motherfucker. If you outrank me, it's reality for you and I lose.
Yeah.
No, reality, the perception is not reality because it's based on bias. What is reality is the fucking truth.
How easy it is to come knock or call or be like, hey, did you say this?
Yeah.
Hey, did you do this?
Oh,
Hey, did you look at the video camera? Did you look at the phone call records? Did you look at text messages? Like,
There was 100 witnesses and you didn't talk to any of them?
Yeah.
did you go and because I was a military police. Like, it's that easy.
Right.
Did you go do some investigation? Did you go talk? Did you go follow up? Come on, no.
That's why I said, I'm the fortunate one now. I can see all kinds of shit I didn't see before.
Oh yeah, like communication.
That's the biggest.
Communication 101. Boom. But people.
But you terrify people when you start telling the truth, man.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah, they don't like to hear that
Some
shit.
people don't like that.
But then
a lot of people don't like that.
I'm considered a black sheep. I don't care.
Nah, I've always been with fuck
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You don't like me? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna cry.
That's your problem.
Yeah,
know.
no, it is their
Yeah.
problem though.
It's like I
your
tell me,
problem.
I
You know
ask the
what I mean?
fucking
That's your
questions around here. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like me. That's your problem.
Yeah, pretty much though.
Who was that guy that said, there was some comedian that comes on, he goes, that guy that's always late, that girl that's always late, and they say, I'm sorry. They don't give a fuck. They're not sorry, dude.
No, that's why
that is
they're
a
always
person
late.
who lives a good life.
Yeah.
Because they really don't care. But you think about it, in human behavior, it's absolutely true. They're like, to me, those people know what's important and they prioritize shit. But if you're a boss, you don't see it that way. And I saw that when I became a supervisor. But then I started asking, why? And then they give me, I'm like, oh, shit. Why don't you say something? But nobody wants to come forward and put light on themselves that they have some shit going on that they have no control over.
You know how many supervisors asked me why I was late in the military when I was going through my domestic violence?
How many?
Nobody.
So they just, wow. See, leadership in the Navy, once again.
And it was at every command.
Wow.
Well, what do you think that is?
Yeah, what is that?
They don't want to know. But
Really?
they would always let me go to counseling.
So how do you evolve to such great leadership that you can just kind of because they don't make it personal, I guess, a leader, right? That's awesome.
They
They take the ego out.
they would just let you go to counseling and be like, okay, all right.
They didn't want to deal with it.
They didn't want to know.
See, and the
Yeah,
emotional
see.
attachment you felt to those people is obvious right now, the way even you lowered your voice. I'm like,
They didn't want to know.
they didn't want to know.
But it's
Because
okay.
that's also, that could be hurtful.
They knew I was a
too.
great worker, though.
Yeah.
I worked my ass off, and I was great at every fucking thing I did. It didn't matter what I did. Literally, I wore so many motherfucking hats. Like, I did great at every job I learned and did. It didn't matter. Like, I'm still like that. You tell me something, I'm gonna do it. But that's because I had a father that was a Marine, and I had a mother who was great at what she did.
So you had great work ethic.
Yes, exactly. So, but, and I even appreciated my parents just recently. Like, I got awarded a flag from a Combat Veterans Hope for my work.
Wow.
So how are they doing, the combat veterans? Was it Steve Martinez?
Steve and CJ, they are awesome guys.
So it's not Norby no more, right?
No, he stepped down and he's working with Amazon.
Amazon,
Yes,
yeah.
I love Norby. He's a great guy. He's a great mentor. Also, he
Is he
helped-
still involved with a lot of things? Or
He helps
just
with
kinda-
our golf tournaments, and he's there if we need any help.
So you're part of the Combat Veterans Hope too?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm outreach and event coordinator, and I do everything.
Bill's with that too, right?
No, actually, Bill's not with us no more. He stepped down because he has so much.
You had to
going
do a
on
parade
with,
one year and just drove them crazy.
He has so much going
yeah.
on with Honor Flight.
Yeah, he's real huge with the honor
Yes.
flight and stuff.
He's-
Yeah.
and
awesome.
and the Patriot Pub though.
The
That is
picture
such a
for-
great program. That honor flight, man.
Yeah,
I
the
love
honor
when I saw
No.
my stepdad come up, how they celebrate them, and especially the
Yeah.
Vietnam vets who never got that, man. I had tears in my eyes, dude.
No, yeah. And that's the thing with I get to talk to the Vietnam veterans at the American Legion coffee. Originally, I would just go to the coffee thing. I wasn't part of American Legion. I would just go volunteer my time. But now that I know the guys, Roy, Bob, like Bill, David, I know them. I'm like, hey, what do you need? Like, they know me. I keep showing up. They're family now. Like, what do you need? That's what I'm saying now.
That's good that you're embedded yourself, with these organizations and stuff that are all out there, with kind of like the same mission, really, to help out veterans and stuff
it's
like that.
just veterans helping veterans at this point. That's it. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
which organization you're a part of. It's just all
Well,
of us
they-
working together.
Well, I
They
want to
all
say,
kinda,
yeah, go ahead.
they all do
Please.
the same thing, just in their own way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're and this needs to be said. I'm glad you're changing minds about the Wounded Warrior Project. They had a bad rap for a while.
They did.
And I am hearing about all the great programs that they're putting out. I've never heard anybody who's participated in their programs say something negative. So I think the negativity comes from people who have their own organizations and say, oh, they just pay themselves too much. Well, you've changed my mind on that. Seriously. So
Unfortunately, that happened, and yes, he worked for them, but he's no longer with them no more.
Yeah.
Yet there's, just like I said, There's good people out there. There's bad people.
Well,
out
that's
there.
what scared me about getting the nonprofit here.
But the thing is, it doesn't matter which part of the world. It could be non-military, military, police, firefighter, hospital, regular civilian. At this point, but the thing is, you can't let that taint you. Because if you have a hard heart, that just fucks you up for the rest of your life. What is that going to do for you? Nothing. And I
Cause
can't, you
headache.
can't,
Generational, but generational.
you
issue,
can't
yeah.
function like that. What is that going to do for you? Nothing.
Nobody's going to want to deal with you.
So I do not let that affect me, and I still have to do the work that I do. And I'm not bitter.
Good.
I'm not hateful. I know that there's good
Except
people.
that traffic.
I knew
Those-
traffic's different, but I know that there's good people in the world, and I just still got to do what I got to do, and that's what leads me. And I have to help the people that I have to help, and at the same time, I still have to protect me because I have to make sure I come home to my family and my kids. Otherwise, I would not be able to help nobody.
Right. That's good. That's good. Sounds like you got your priorities in
Yeah.
line and stuff like that.
But everybody has to understand they have to have the same thing set in place for them.
You really got to hit rock bottom to understand all this shit. You really do.
Oh, I hit
You have
rock bottom.
actually there is no rock bottom. It never ends.
just spiral.
There is no. You just keep going down. And you're like, when does this fucking rabbit hole stop? But you get to a point sometimes where you're like, I can't do it. I just can't. You just literally go back to baby mode. And for me, that's my turnaround. And I felt, what happened to me, and I was like, well, everything turned around. But I'm listening to this, and I'm inspired because here's the one thing that veterans have that peace officers don't. When first responders' career is over, there is no, veteran affair. There is no support. There is no other people waiting. They're by themselves.
But the thing is, it's actually growing now. There's actually
We're trying to make it grow.
No. It is.
Go ahead.
So they're opening retreats for you guys now. There's
I heard
programs.
about that.
No. It's across the world now.
I didn't know about that.
It is. It is.
I heard
across-
something about it.
So I'm in this supervisor course I was telling you about, right? And there's other supervisors from different agencies all throughout. And a lot of them, they don't have a peer support. Like we have peer support, or what is it?
Cops,
the cops
that's a
program.
joke, dude. It's a
Yeah.
joke because you had people who were ambitious running it and then telling your shit to somebody, and the trust went out the window.
So I was really surprised on some of these organizations that they didn't have anything in place. I mean, we have the peer support and stuff like that, and then that Code 9.
Code 9 is awesome.
Yeah, the Code 9 project. But I haven't really. I know they're trying to get it going over here, but
There's a stigma there because and it's a trust thing. But we had my cousin on. She's getting her doctorate in the therapy for first responders, and I was impressed by how she approached it. Because one of the things that when I went to talk to my doctor or whatever, first thing he says is, "Well, if you say this or that, I have to tell the department." I don't trust him. The trust is out the window. I'm not saying, yeah.
Well, that's how we talk. I don't go talk to the VA.
Yeah. So
I don't go ask them for help. That's why I went to Winter Wear Project. You know why? I had a vet who went to the VA and asked for help. She got locked up for 2 weeks.
Jeez.
she got what? Locked up?
She got locked up for mental health for 2 weeks. Who the fuck is gonna go to the VA for help now?
Okay, so the same thing with cops or any first. They'll take your gun, no
Yeah.
job. You're done. So what programs are you talking about? I haven't heard any about these.
So for first responders,
Yeah.
there is across the world, no lie. I would have to go back and look. for
Okay,
it. But
because we could use the resources.
they
seriously.
have retreats for you guys now.
I've heard about that.
Yes.
And we also have
Oh, I didn't know
active.
about that.
We also have active.
The only
with,
thing is you have to look. See, I'm part of so many veteran Facebook organizations, and when you start to look at who's allowed to go, there's a lot all across the USA now. They let first responders, firefighters go on retreats, all paid for now.
I've never.
Is
Yes,
that
I'm-
with is that with
but the
like
thing
the
is-
veterans groups or is
This
that
is
their
something
own?
we need to put out because I've never heard of
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot now. It's not just one. There's a lot. But the
Maybe
thing is,
something that's just not
I
out
would
there. Maybe
have
it's
to
coming
go.
around.
Right.
I would have to go and start making a list for you guys. Though.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
honestly,
And there's a lot.
we'll
It's-
give it to our guys. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they're suffering from. They have
No,
nobody.
I understand. You guys see trauma every day. I just went on a ride along. No lie, I went on a ride along with the Porterville Police Department, and they donated. The Porterville Police Department donated to help a Combat Veterans Hope. Nobody thinks about the groceries. So for Thanksgiving, they helped donate for Thanksgiving baskets
Wow. All
for
right.
the turkeys and
like it.
all the other stuff, you know. How expensive is your gas bill now? Expensive, right?
You know, I rented a car
Your-
for $600 and put gas in it. And I still saved money
But
because my car was in the shop.
your gas bill, your electric bill, and your food bill, right?
Can't afford it. I can't afford to live.
So not all the combat vets get benefits. Not all combat vets get benefits.
What does it take for them to get it anyway? What's the? There's a 4 years or I don't know.
And you have to meet qualifications. You have to file a claim. It's really hard. You have to jump through hoops. But the thing is, you don't think about that when you're going to go buy your stuff for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So yes, they have a family.
You think about food first.
Yeah, they have a family. They have kids, and so I asked Porterville Police Department, and they said yes.
That's a great idea.
And,
Yeah, that's good.
and
That's
so
good.
I was like, hey, let me go on a ride along. Let me take my daughter. Let me show them. Let me show her what you guys do. She had the best time.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna want to be a cop now.
won't be a
Hey,
cop.
but I have to show her what's out there. I have to
That's
show.
how they got us. You're like, I can't believe they get paid to do this.
But she knows I'm also. She knows I'm a Navy vet. I don't hide any. I've never treated my kids like kids. I've always talked to them like
oh,
adults.
God damn you, we have a lot in common.
But what is that going to do for them? Nothing.
Lying, you're just bullshitting. I mean,
Once you walk out that door, they're going to tell you, oh, your shoes are ugly.
you know.
I told them, oh, did they buy your shoes? Did they ask you if you're hungry? Did they feed you? So then who gives a fuck what they say to you? I'm sorry. I don't care what they say. And you have to remember that. Don't care about what nobody thinks or what they say. I mean, I know you've heard that before. I think it Dave Chappelle says that stuff.
Which one?
Dave Chappelle.
He says a lot of good shit. He's
but
a smart guy.
No, but he says the same thing. But the thing is, it's true. And I had to say the same.
Talking about the women and children are the only ones loved unconditionally.
Yeah, but it's not true though. I love my dad. I love my parents. I love my son. I love my kids.
That's not true for you.
Well, it's not. But the thing is, I hate the stigma for men. We need our men.
No, it's out there. It's out there. We are looked at as useless
Unfortunately, it's
individuals right now.
bullshit. I'm sorry. Who built the world?
Because social media is now this platform. It's
Blah blah blah
brick.
blah. That's
They're
all
trying
it
to
is.
take out the guys and families.
Yeah, but they
and
see it
stuff.
as a brick when it's really just an illusion.
I don't want to be by myself. I didn't want to be single. I didn't want to have to raise my kids by myself. I didn't have to be the masculine parent in my family. Unfortunately, that's how it was. I didn't wish for that. I didn't want that. I wanted a man that I could depend on. I wanted a great man. It's not what I got. I didn't ask for that. I had to pick up my pants, unfortunately, and I had to go move forward and do what I had to do. But I want a great man.
There's guys out there but they're like, look, I have trouble maintaining a relationship because I tell them, I think it's cute. You want to play my role? No,
I don't want that.
fuck out of here. No, and I don't like that. Look, I should be able to play your role. You should be able to play mine, but don't take over if I can play it, right?
It's not playing the role. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, it's not. That's not a game. It's not what I
not
mean.
a game. I love the fact that we need our men. They should be a man. Yes, it's awesome that women could do those things too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
There's nothing wrong with teaching women to be a builder if that's what they want to do. That's great. Okay, if they want to be a police, that's great. If they want to join the military, that's great.
I'm all for the women's movement. I wouldn't have been a cop if it wasn't for women.
I went to join the military. That's great too. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not that's not the issue. Let everybody be who they're going to be And why do we need to tear down anybody? We don't need to do that. Let's build each other up. Let's build on their skills, and let's just appreciate everybody at this point. I think we need that. The way the world is going, it's evil. It's terrible.
Yeah, I still don't know what toxic masculinity is. I have no idea.
Toxic masculinity.
Somebody please tell me what toxic masculinity is.
I mean, you just got to educate yourself on all there.
No, I know what it means. To me, it's a crock of shit. It's like I like axes and knives, and I'm supposed to.
You know, like I don't see anything wrong with any of the stuff that men are built for. But you know, like in the Bible, when you take away what a man is supposed to do, it's gonna lead a man towards depression. But when you take away what a woman is supposed to do, it does the same thing. It's like common sense. Like, hello. So like at the end of the day, like, just be you. That's it. Just be you. Just do you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the world is where it's at, unfortunately. And everybody has a motherfucking opinion. But that doesn't mean they are right. I don't need to agree with you. And it's okay for me to think that you are wrong because sometimes you are wrong. I'm sorry.